What if I told you that one of history's most influential philosophers, Aurther Schopenhauer, was once quoted by modern visionary Elon Musk? Yes, that's right. Schopenhauer, a man from the late 18th and early 19th century, has left an enduring influence that continues to echo through time, reaching even the ear of one of today's most forward-thinking innovators. Schopenhauer's unique perspective on life and philosophy has been a beacon for many, shedding light on the very essence of human existence. His ideas were not just revolutionary for his time, but they continue to shape and challenge our understanding of the world. From literature and psychology to theoretical physics and artificial intelligence, his impact is far-reaching. Schopenhauer's philosophy, brimming with profound insights and thought-provoking notions, has a timeless quality that transcends the boundaries of era and geography. Born to a wealthy merchant family in 1788, Schopenhauer's life was anything but ordinary. Aurther Schopenhauer entered the world in Danzig, a bustling city teeming with trade and culture. Born on February 22, 1788, Aurther was the jewel of the Schopenhauer family. His father, Heinrich Floris Schopenhauer, was a successful merchant, and his mother, Johanna Schopenhauer, a woman of letters and socialite. Heinrich and Johanna nurtured their son's intellect, exposing him to the rich tapestry of European culture through extensive travels. Aurther's mind was a sponge, absorbing the diverse philosophies, languages, and artistic expressions that spanned from the romantic landscapes of Italy to the bustling markets of England. Yet these early years were not all wonder and enlightenment. When Aurther was just 17, his father's life tragically ended. This devastating event deeply impacted Aurther, leaving a mark that would echo throughout his philosophical works. The death of his father ignited in Aurther a curiosity about the nature of suffering, a theme that would later become central to his philosophy. In the wake of his father's death, Aurther's relationship with his mother became strained. Johanna, embracing her newfound independence, relocated to Weimar and established herself as a successful author. This move left Aurther feeling abandoned, further fueling his contemplation on the nature of human relationships and the struggle of the will. Despite the turmoil, these early experiences were formative for Aurther. They challenged him, shaped him, and ultimately steered him towards his philosophical pursuits. The vibrant impressions of his travels, the tragic loss of his father, and the complex dynamics with his mother all converged to form a rich tapestry of experiences that triggered a profound introspection within Aurther. From these experiences, Aurther would derive critical insights that would later form the foundation of his philosophical thought. His early life was a crucible, molding him into the philosopher who would eventually shake the very foundations of Western philosophy. Schopenhauer's early experiences undoubtedly shaped his outlook, leading him to the intellectual path he would later embark upon. A young Schopenhauer, driven by a thirst for knowledge, began his journey into the world of philosophy. And what a journey it was, filled with intrigue, contemplation, and a relentless pursuit of understanding the fundamental nature of reality. Aurther Schopenhauer's education was as diverse as it was profound. He embarked on his academic journey at the University of Göttingen, where he was introduced to the teachings of Plato and Immanuel Kant. These two philosophical titans left an indelible mark on him. Plato's metaphysical musings on reality and Kant's transcendental idealism would become the foundation for Schopenhauer's own philosophical framework. An early fascination with these philosophical giants sparked a fire within Schopenhauer. He felt a pull, a calling towards philosophy that was so strong it led him to abandon a promising business career. For him, the pursuit of truth was a far more enriching prospect than any material gain. In a bold move, Schopenhauer enrolled at the University of Berlin for a doctorate in philosophy. Here he delved deeper into the realms of metaphysics and epistemology, further expanding his understanding of the world and his place within it. His doctoral dissertation, On the Fourfold Root of the Principle of Sufficient Reason, marked the beginning of his philosophical career. This work, though not immediately recognized, laid the groundwork for his later masterpieces. Schopenhauer's principle of sufficient reason explored the different ways in which we can understand the world around us, through perception, understanding, abstract reasoning, and finally, through will. This early work was a testament to Schopenhauer's unique philosophical approach. He was not afraid to challenge prevailing thoughts, to question accepted truths. His ideas were often met with opposition, but this did not deter him. Rather, it fueled his desire to delve further into the mysteries of existence. Schopenhauer's unique philosophical outlook was beginning to take shape, ready to challenge the prevailing thoughts of his time. His journey into philosophy was not just about understanding the world, but also about challenging it, shaking its foundations, and in doing so, reshaping the way we perceive reality. In 1818, Schopenhauer published his magnum opus, The World as Will and Representation. This work is the grand stage where Schopenhauer's philosophy plays out, a philosophy that is as intricate as it is fascinating. At the heart of his philosophy lies the concept of the will. For Schopenhauer, the will is a blind, irrational force that drives all of nature, including humans. It's an insatiable desire, an unending striving that leads us from one want to another, making peace and contentment elusive. Then comes his concept of representation. Schopenhauer posits that the world as we know it is merely a representation or an image formed by our minds. It's like a grand illusion that we perceive through the lens of time, space, and causality. But this reality is not the ultimate truth. It's only a veil that hides the ceaseless striving of the will. Schopenhauer's philosophy doesn't shy away from the harsh realities of life. He acknowledges that life is filled with suffering, primarily caused by the ceaseless striving of the will. This suffering is inevitable, as the will keeps us in a perpetual state of desire and dissatisfaction. Yet in this seemingly bleak worldview, Schopenhauer offers a glimmer of salvation through art and asceticism. Art, for him, offers a temporary escape from the tyranny of the will. It lifts us out of our individual desires and allows us to experience the world as it is, without the distortions of our personal will. Asceticism, on the other hand, is the ultimate liberation from the will. By renouncing desires and worldly pleasures, one can achieve a state of tranquility and peace. Despite initial criticism, Schopenhauer's work would later gain recognition for its profound insights into the human condition. His philosophy, while challenging, invites us to look beyond the surface of life and delve into its deeper, more profound truths. As Schopenhauer aged, his philosophy started to gain traction, though fame and acceptance seemed to elude him. Unfolding the later chapters of Schopenhauer's life, we find a man who, despite his deep insights into the human condition, lived a surprisingly solitary existence. The philosopher's love interests were few and far between, and often fraught with difficulties. His relationships, much like his life, were marked by a profound sense of pessimism and solitude. Yet it was this very solitude that allowed him to delve deeper into the recesses of his mind and construct his philosophical ideas. Living in Frankfurt, Schopenhauer found himself increasingly detached from the hustle and bustle of society. He lived alone, with a poodle as his constant companion. His daily routine was simple and unchanging, revolving around reading, writing, and long walks. The philosopher found solace in his solitude, using it as a tool to explore the depths of his own thoughts and the world around him. While his personal life was marked by solitude, Schopenhauer's philosophical influence began to grow. His ideas started to resonate with people, attracting a small but dedicated following. Even though he was often misunderstood and overlooked during his lifetime, his philosophy found a wider audience after his death. Schopenhauer passed away in September of 1860, leaving behind a rich philosophical legacy. His ideas have since influenced a wide range of thinkers, from Friedrich Nietzsche to Albert Einstein, and continue to shape our understanding of the world. His philosophy, born out of his own experience and observation, offers a unique perspective on life. It encourages us to look beyond the veneer of reality and explore the deeper, often hidden layers of existence. Schopenhauer's work compels us to question, to think, and to reflect, pushing us towards a deeper understanding of our own existence. From his birth in Danzig to his final days in Frankfurt, Aurther Schopenhauer left a lasting legacy, shaping the way we understand the world and our place within it. Schopenhauer's influence has rippled through time, touching the minds of thinkers, artists, and even tech visionaries like Elon Musk. The German existential musings have permeated the fabric of modern thought, influencing figures as diverse as Friedrich Nietzsche, Richard Wagner, and even Albert Einstein. His central theme, the world as will and representation, has echoed through the corridors of time, providing a profound perspective on the human condition. Elon Musk, the tech mogul known for SpaceX and Tesla, has publicly quoted Schopenhauer, reflecting on the philosopher's perspective about the role of will in our lives. It's a testament to the timeless relevance of Schopenhauer's ideas, which continue to resonate in the 21st century. From the arts to the sciences, from literature to business, Schopenhauer's influence is undeniable. His philosophy, interwoven with his own life's experiences, continues to provoke thought and introspection. Aurther Schopenhauer, a man whose philosophy was born out of his own life's sufferings and joys, continues to challenge us, urging us to see the world through a different lens. Join us as we dive into the brilliant works of Aurther Schopenhauer, book by book, chapter by chapter.